right, we are here for our Tuesday evening weight training class. For this class, you'll need weights. If you have multiple sizes, I would recommend something light to medium. You can throw in a heavy if you'd like for the squats, and then some space to work in. That's all you need today. If you're joining us on YouTube, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. And at the end of class, hop on over to our website, functionalbliss.us, so that you can see our full class offerings. All right, we're ready to get started. Starting with your feet about hip width apart, we're gonna do some gentle arm swings just to kind of warm up the body a little bit. Just letting them go side to side, letting your back do most of the work here, loosening everything up. If it feels good, go ahead and turn your feet a little bit more, letting your body go a little further, a little faster. Beautiful. One more to each side. And then bring it back to stillness. And we're gonna move on to some nice big arm circles, waking up those shoulder joints. And then go the other way. Beautiful. From here, move on to your elbows. So gentle circles in one direction. And then in the other direction. Again, just kind of loosening things up, making sure everything's moving freely. Pay attention here, and if you feel anything pinching or pulling or sticking, make a note of that. You may need to adapt some of the exercises a little bit, and that's okay. All right, now your wrists. I like to do figure eights here, get both directions at the same time. And then just kind of a few finger squeezes just to loosen up your hands as well. Beautiful. Now to move on to our lower body, bring those feet out just a little bit further. We're going to do hip rotations. And go the other way. Beautiful. Bring those feet back in close together. You're going to bop your knees backwards and forwards, loosening them up, checking in. And if they're feeling okay, go ahead and do some circles in one direction. And then go the other direction. All right, last but not least, your ankles. Pick one foot up, spin it in one direction. And then the other direction. Feel free to put your hand on the wall or the back of a chair if you need to for balance. And then switch sides. And go the other way. All right. So today we're going to start with squats with alternating knee drives. So go ahead and grab whatever weight you like to use for squats. You're going to have one in each hand. So maybe go medium, or if you're feeling really bold, go ahead right on to heavy. You're going to hold them up in front of your shoulders, feet hip width apart, maybe shoulder width, depending on what's good for you. Squat, and then you're going to come up for a knee drive. And then alternate, go to the other side. We're going to do that for 1 minute. Here we go. Squat and knee drive. Squat and knee drive. Beautiful, you got it. Squat to whatever height is good for your knees and your hips. If you can drop it all the way down, go for it. But if not, that's okay too. You just want to keep your weight back in your heels so that you're engaging all the muscles along the rear side of the body. Halfway there already. Keep those weights right in front of your shoulders. If your arms start to get a little fatigued, it's still going to make those squats a little harder. Almost there. And time. All right. From here, go ahead and grab your lighter weights. I'm going to do a bicep hold with a twist. So bring your weights up to wherever you would be right in the middle of your bicep curl. From here, you're going to bring them out to the sides, like you're making a W with your arms, from side to side. The further out you extend, the more arm engagement you get. The closer into your body, the more core focus you get. So it's up to you how you want to play this one. We have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Right here. Further out, more arms. Further in, more core. Keep that belly sucked in nice and tight. Imagine you're trying to pull your belly button all the way back to your spine. And you're holding them nice and steady, keeping them at the same height the whole time. You got it. Over halfway there. Looking good. Keep going. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. Set those down. Shake those arms out for a minute. From here, we're going to go down to our mat. So from here, we're going to go into a supported side plank with a rotation. Now, your supported side plank can be as supported as you need it to be. So you can have your knee all the way down vertical. You can stretch it out. You could even go all the way to a full side plank if you want to. To do the rotation, you're just bringing the weight up and then down. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice and steady. Doesn't need to be fast. You want to focus on good form. Feel free to adjust your hand or your knee position at any time. You want to make sure you're well supported so that you're working that arm and core. Looking good. Over halfway there. Keep going. You got this. 15 more seconds. And time. Beautiful. All right. From here, we're going to the other side for that same exercise. So shifting yourself around, find the best supported side plank position for you. And then we have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Reaching up and down. Remember, you don't have to go fast. In fact, it's better if you don't go fast because your goal is to fatigue your muscles. And you can do that better with slow and controlled motion the whole way through. That way you're working the muscle in all directions. You got it. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're gonna go all the way down flat on our back for a combination chest pump with a hip bridge. So taking one weight, holding it up from your chest, you're gonna lift your hips for the hip bridge and then lower them down. As you lower them down, you're lowering the weight across your chest at the same time. So everything goes up together, everything goes down together. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Remember, on that hip bridge, you want to keep your knees pulled in towards each other. Don't let them flop out towards the side. And you don't have to go to the absolute highest you can lift your hips. You want to go until you feel a good squeeze. Because the goal, remember, is to work those muscles. Slow and steady. This is a pretty hardcore tricep exercise, so it can be pretty challenging. Not too much more, you got it. Remember to keep breathing. And time, beautiful. Set that weight down, shake your arm out for a minute, and then we gotta go to the other side. So this time we're gonna do the same exercise, but with the other hand. Still doing the hip bridge, everything goes up together, everything goes down together. Here we go. Still slow and steady. Lowering it down with good control. Working the muscle in both directions. You've got it. Almost there. Just a few seconds to go. And time. Beautiful. All right, that's your first round done. Grab some water, and then we're going to start our second round. All right, guys, bring it in. Go ahead, take a moment, adjust yourself, and consider how you were on your weights for that round. If it felt easy, maybe try to up the speed or the weight. If it felt a little hard, go down a little. And if you're already on your lighter weight, try doing the motions empty hand. All right, we are back to squats with an alternating knee drive. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Squat and knee drive. Nice and steady. I love it. Keep the weight back in the heels. Really activate those hamstrings and glutes. You got it. Over halfway there already. Remember to keep breathing. And time. Beautiful. All right, next up, we have that bicep hold with the twist. So again, adjust your weight as needed, higher or lower. Your arm position can be adjusted too. If you did far out last time and you want to do it a little closer, that's okay. Clock. Here we go. Nice and steady. You should feel some good work in your back and your shoulders and your obliques on this one, as well as in your biceps. Keep it up, you got this. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're going back down to that supported side plank. And again, adjust your position as needed. If you want to make it harder, move that knee further out. If you want to make it easier, move it in closer so that it's more straight up and down. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. You want it to go at the same speed, up and down. So don't just drop it. Don't let gravity bring it down for you. Make sure you keep control the whole time. Getting close. You got it. And time. Beautiful. All right. From here, we're going to go to the other side. Again, adjust that supported side plank to be right for you. And then we have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Same thing, lower it with control. Should go up and down at the same speed. You're more than halfway there already. Keep breathing, keep lifting. If you get to the point where your muscle is too fatigued, set that weight down and try to do it empty hand. You can do the exact same exercise, slow and controlled, and still work those muscles. And time. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're moving into those hip bridges with the chest pump. So all the way back on your back. Knees bent, feet pressed flat. Remember, everything goes up at one time, everything goes down at one time. 1 minute, here we go. You want to make sure you keep your eyes straight up on this one so that your head, neck, and back stay in a line. Don't want to risk any injury. And again, if it starts to be too much, you can always go to a lighter weight or even empty hand. If you're doing this one empty hand, it would be exactly the same, just slow, controlled movements, just like that. And time. Beautiful. Shake that arm out. And then we got to go to the other side. So switch hands. And then we have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. You can adjust the difficulty on the hip bridge as well by bringing your feet in closer together to each other and closer to your bottom, or bringing them out a little further and further apart to give you more stability. That's up to you. More than halfway there. Almost done. Still keeping that head and neck in a straight line. And time. All right, that is 2 sets down, gang. We have 1 set to go, but first go grab some water. All right, bring it back in. Last set, going back to that squat with alternating knee drive. So you're gonna grab 2 weights, 1 for each hand, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice and steady. Taking it easy. Keeping the weight sitting back in your heels. And crunching that tummy in with that knee drive. You'll get a little more arm engagement if you keep the weights in front of your shoulder, or you can focus more on the lower body by resting the weights on the shoulders. Only 15 seconds to go. You got this. You can do anything for 15 seconds. And time. Beautiful. All right, up next we have that bicep hold and twist. Again, adjust the difficulty based on where you hold the weights. You could even leave them out altogether and just do an empty hand version with just the twist. 1 minute, here we go. Try to nice and steady. We're moving a little faster on this one than we usually do, just because that twisting motion tends to go a little smooth and easy, and that's okay too. You're still working your back and your core really well, plus all that arm and shoulder engagement from that W position. Keep breathing, keep lifting, you got it. And time. Whew, all right. Set those down, shake those arms out a little. And then we're moving on to our supported side plank. Grab your weight, get yourself set up. 1 minute, here we go. Nice and steady. You can do it. This is a lot of arm work today, but you've got this. 30 more seconds on this arm. You can do it. Adapt as needed, put the weight down, do it empty hand, move to a lighter weight, or go harder if you feel like you're not fatigued yet. Go faster or heavier, either way. Just keep breathing. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. All right. Switch into the other side. Get set up. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. You got this. All the way up, all the way down. Adjust as needed. Make sure nothing hurts. It's okay to feel the burn from lifting, but no stabbing pain or pinching. If you feel that, stop and put the weight down. And time. Beautiful. All right. Back down all the way onto your back for that chest pump plus glute bridge. Feet planted, knees bent, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Still keeping the head and neck in line with the back. Halfway there. Knees pulled in towards each other. Have a little pause at the top there. And then lower with control. Almost done. Keep breathing. Remember, you can always pause if you need to. And time. Beautiful. All right, last one. We're gonna do the same exercise on the other side. So grab that weight, switch hands. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. As I said before, feel free to adjust where your feet are to make the hip bridge either easier or harder, depending on what you need. And you can always increase or decrease the weight on that chest pump as well. Last exercise of the last round. If you're starting to be fatigued and you need to lower it down, that's okay. Set that weight to the side and do it empty hand. If you want to kick it up a notch, grab your heavier weight and finish it off with that. And time. All right, that is the last set. Go ahead and grab some water, and then we're going to do a final stretch. All right, bring it back in. Take a moment, adjust whatever you need to adjust. Sometimes getting up and down can mix your outfit up just a little bit. That's okay too. From here, we're going to take a deep breath. Bring your arms up, and then exhale as we fold forward. Just kind of take a moment, hang here, let everything relax. And then come up so you have a nice flat back. You're going to swing your arms slowly in circles one direction. And then slowly in circles the other direction. Bend those knees, come up nice and slow. Roll your shoulders up and around and back 3 times. And then forward 3 times. And then you're going to take one arm, bring it across your body. And then turn and look over that shoulder. And if it feels good, add just a little nod up and down to massage out that neck a little. And bring your head back to center and release. Go to the other side. We'll turn and look over that shoulder. And then again, only if it feels good, add that little small nod to massage out your neck. Beautiful. And release. From here, we're going to take another deep breath. Come all the way up. Fold all the way forward. Come down as far as you can. If you can touch the ground, great. If not, feet or shins are fine. From here, you're going to walk your hands around to one side and reach as far back behind your foot as you can. You should feel a stretch through your side body and maybe down into your hip. From here, you can bend your knee and kind of lean into it just a little bit. Get a little bit more of that side body stretch. Beautiful. Straighten that leg out. Walk your hands through the middle and around to the other side. Same thing, reach as far around back as you can. Pause here, and this may be enough for you. But if you want to take that stretch just a little bit further for a little bit more deep tissue work, bend that knee and lean into it so that you feel a pull just to where you're reaching your edge. It should feel a stretch, but not painful. And release, come back to center. Bend those knees, come all the way up again. This time you're going to put your hands together in front of you. Push your palms out and round your back so that you feel a stretch in between your shoulder blades. And then from there, stretch up and then let those arms come down. And you are all done. Fantastic job today. If you liked that video, go ahead over to functionalbliss.us. Maybe consider donating to support our work. We'll see you next week.